Okay, so today I thought I would do a quick video of how I'm setting up my drip tape on the garden here. Now, this is the drip tape that we ordered from Haas Tools, and it's working out really good for us. I just want to do a quick, Haas Tools recommends that you use their drip tape layer that, embeds it under the ground, and that's a great idea. But if you've watched my videos of planting the garden this year, you know that I didn't get my tiller running, and I had to drip. I'm putting this garden in with this landscape fabric without tilling into hard ground. So I'm putting my drip on top. So this is a different kind of way. They don't recommend this, but people do it all the time, putting it on top. And so this is our experiment, but the video is about how to connect it, so that doesn't change anything. So I'm putting the emitters facing down because I don't want them like spraying up, because I want them to go to the ground. So I'm putting the emitters down. Pretty simple. So I'm going to do a quick just show you how to connect everything and then roll it out, pin it down. I use these little landscape staples, pin it down into a straight row, and that's it. So let's get started. Okay, so what I've got here is the part that connects to the flat tape, which doesn't stay flat once you get water, and it expands into a round and has it's all swelled up. But what you do is you take and kind of push it around that thing up over that little thing by about 1/8 inch or something. Then you take and turn that till it kind of snugs up over top of that. Boom, it's crimped on there. You can't pull it out. Well, you probably could, but so anyhow, that is that. Now you take this little tool that comes with your kit when they send it to you, and that's for puncturing the hole into your main line here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do it on the side right there. Boom, punches a little hole, and then leaves a little plastic thing. And then all you got to do is take that thing, kind of twist it and pop it. You hear a little snap. And what I like to do is take one of my staples, put it right there at that solid part of there. Of course, it's going to be right where a rock is. So since there is, I'm going to add another one right here for extra support. Then I'm going to take the roll and just kind of by hand roll it out. I mean, if you wanted to, you could put a piece of conduit or something in. You could put a piece of conduit in the hole, but I just grab it like that and let it slide. Okay, so I'm over here at the other end. I brought it down, and what I've got, let me just drop that down there. So what I do is I take my my knife, which you always have in your pocket, and I always just cut it off a little bit long. See how easy that is to cut? So what you do then, well, after putting away your knife, you take the little clamp that they give you that's got a skinny side and a fat side. So what you do is you slide that skinny side across that first, and then you fold that tape 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and then it makes a little fatter thing to slide in that fat end. It slides in there, see that? And then you just kind of snug it in, and it's crimped off. It ain't gonna leak at all. So that's all there is to that. So I'm gonna staple this down. So I just lock that staple in right around that thing there, and that kind of holds it in place, and then you just shoot it right in there, in the ground, stretch it a little bit tight, but not too crazy. Then I'll just go about every, I don't know, every 3, 4, 6 feet, and kind of add one in the row. Okay, so I talked about putting the emitters. Whoa! So I talked about that I'm putting the emitters, the water emitters down, so they shoot down into the ground, whereas when you roll it out with using their Haas Tools drip tape layer, it shoots it up. So let me just show you real quick what I'm talking about, the emitters. So it's got this little arrow pointing about, I don't know, 1.5 inches next to the hole, which is the emitter. They're 12 inches apart, which normally what I do is I lay my drip tape first, and then that way I know that every third emitter is 3 feet for planting my tomatoes. So I usually put this in, and then I go through and dig my holes exactly every 3 feet, or if it's peppers, every 2 feet, or like my hibiscus up there, I put them every 12 inches. So that makes it nice. Every one's going to be watered exactly at 12 inches. So, all right, next step. Okay, so here we are doing some of the other connections in the kit that we got from Haas Tools. It came with 100 feet of this line here, the main feeder line, which is what you puncture and add all your drip tape to. Well, so our house is like, I don't know, 300 or 400 feet from the garden, so we needed more. They had this same stuff, well, it looks the same, very similar, at Lowe's for like 15, 16 bucks, maybe $15.99 or something. So let's look at that. 100-foot roll, 1/2 inch poly tubing. So and it fits. It's the same. This is the connection that Haas sent. So let me show you how that connects if you want to add another 100 foot. Is you just slide that on there, just same way you do the drip tape, and then you do that crimp thing right there like that, and then take your other piece and add that onto there. And crimp that over that. And it's that easy. So now I've just added 100 feet onto my main feeder so I can get closer to my faucet or spigot. So I'm going to go ahead and roll this out over that direction and show you how to hook up the part that hooks to your hose. Okay, so here we are. I got the hose stretched out over here. Garden back there, 200 feet that way almost. So and here is the thingamabob. You take the thingamabob right here, and Haas Tools has all these pieces already Teflon taped and put together for you. You don't have to do none of that. This is how it comes. So you just, and by the way, I recommend you take and put a shutoff on the end of all of your hoses. That way you don't have to run 200 feet that way to the spigot to turn it on. You can turn it on right here. That was fun, wasn't it? Anyhow, so then you just take that. I don't have to show you how to screw something into a hose. Well, maybe you should show me. Trying to hold this hose funny. All right, let's try this. Screw that in. Get that all nice and snugged up. Let's try that. All right. So then you take your main feeder line, and it's just like that splicer piece, take and slide that. Let me see if you can see that little hump. Whoa. Slide that up over that hump. It's a nice snug fit, and then you take and just bring that fitting to where it crimps over top of that, and boom, we're done. Now hit that switch and we've got water at the end out at the garden. All right, so let's go look. Now I'm going to find a nice path and bury this hose kind of underneath the grass so we don't have to keep moving it to mow the grass. But here we are at the garden. Now what it does, it fills up at the far end first. So let's go down there, take a look at the far end. It fills up the end first after it pushes all the air out of the lines. So let's take a look here. Let me get that. See if we got any drippage going on here. There we go. Just a little drip. And it's not built up any pressure yet because it's still got all the air in the lines. But you can look over here. Got it on the second row. Where we got it? Oh. Got that turned on up or turned upside down. A little bit coming out there. Let's see what we got here. I can squeeze and feel that there's not much pressure built up yet. So I still got to go and take pins and put that closer, line it up. But I ran out of pins. Those staples, and them things are $37 a box now. They were $19.97 last year this time, and now they're almost double. So that's crazy, but that's the COVID world. Hey, so look at this one. I did kind of bury this one. See that? I kind of buried that one as I was going under there. So you can, if you can bury them, that's a good thing. So let's keep it going. I got my beans here. I went ahead and put my beans every 6 inches. So what I did is I burned a hole at 12 inches, and then I come back in between the two. So see that? I don't know if you can see that dripping right there or not. So then we got all the rows of beans, all 3 of those. Uh-oh, look at this. This is another good reason why I think to put your drip on top of the ground. If that was underground, I'd have never known that that was a defective piece. Look at that. I would have never known if I would have buried that. So now I've got a splicer. I'm gonna go fix that real quick after I go shut that water off. All right, got the water shut off. Let's go check that thing out, get that fixed. Now, fortunately, Haas Tools knows that you're going to have have that happen every once in a while. So they send you these repair, I guess they could, well, I don't know if they're considered a repair thing, but anyhow, you take that, cut your bad spot, and put the two pieces back together. So let's go do that. All right, so this is the first repair I've ever had to do. So you get to see me do it the first time. So I'm just going to take and cut that. Man, that was hard, right? All right, let's go turn that back on. I'm gonna just go turn it on. You keep watching for me. All right, looks like we got her done. All right, so, all right, well, that's all there is to it. So, I think we'll call that it for today. Well, not for today, for this video, because I got lots more to do, a lot more to plant. But anyhow, thanks for hanging out with me today, and once again, we'll catch you on the south side. God bless.